made it to our destination. Can you guess where we are? Oh, I can hear noise.
Oh, some visitors from Australia. Australia.
Oh, mate, you got to work on that accent, Josh. He's getting close, but I'm sure we can work on it. Hey. Righto, head down. I think we're going to move some chickens now. So if you haven't guessed it, we're on Stony Ridge's farm.
We are, and this chicken poultry netting is great here in the rain. Can you tell? Guys, welcome to the Stony Ridge farm. Let me grab your camera. You already know them, right? Nicole and Jason, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a small hay wagon. Pretty neat. Got some old 1950s caps on it, and automatic door. It's like country with technology. So I've got a camera in here that I can watch my waterer, and whenever my waterer is out, I can come down and change it so I don't have to constantly open doors and check stuff. There's cameras in every pasture, cameras at gates, cameras everywhere. So I'm watching the cows. I can just pull them up on a rainy day like this, see how much pasture they've got, look at it on the camera, look at it on my computer, and plan my day out. I also want to figure out how I can open and close gates without being there. So I can just hit a button on my phone and get gates to open way over on the other side of the farm. So that's probably 5 years out.
Yeah, well,
This grass out moves the cows. I mean, it really does. You can see, like, you can't tell the cows were in here, and they were in here a week ago. We're going to visit some other pasture up here, and you'll be able to tell that the cows were there. I've got some I'm testing. So, man, the coolest thing about doing social media is that I rely on the farm for income also, the cattle for income, but I rely on social media for income also, so I can doodle around and test things out and try things that other people may not be able to afford to do because their livelihood depends on selling the cows or the milk or whatever their farm commodity is. So I've got a dual purpose business, and you'll see we've got some pastures up here that I've grazed down to like this high. Then we've got some pastures that I came in behind and I mowed this high, and this high. And I'm trying to test it out to see what recovers the fastest so that I know and I can give that advice to other people. Like, here's what happens. This type of season, you got a wet season like this, mow it to the ground. That way you get that vigorous growth. You just keep it in that vigorous growth. But that's a lot. Let's go see the cows. So the cows are right over the hill. Are we rolling?
Yep, we're
All
on.
right. Hey, cows! Hey, kids! Dad's here.
What are they? Josh, they Black Angus?
Black Angus with a South Pole bull. Like
okay.
Yeah.
And one donkey.
And one donkey, a guard donkey. So, and it's full of flies. So, that thing runs all day and all night and seems to be controlled. You don't see any flies really on the cows right now. So this is 2 days into operation. Again,
2 days.
2 days.
And it's coked up like a radiator in front of a truck already.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. So
Wow.
it's loaded with flies. So trying new things. I'm all about new technology, solar, electric. You know, had the electric tractor out here for a bit, like that. Got an electric zero turn now. We're gonna try that too. A lot of mowing on this property. Such a distinct line, and this goes all the way. You'll see here in just a minute, all the way to the other side.
Good job. So they've eaten all the canopy off to let the sun shine through. And
Yeah.
also got to the corral. That's incredible.
So I overgrazed it on purpose, and I'm gonna overgraze the next section on purpose. And I'm gonna graze it until they're really pissed. That's how you know. They'll let you know when it's time to move. You get a different kind of moo, right?
Oh yes.
What is it?
See that wheel? Looks like there's a wheel right in your middle. Yeah, with spikes on it.
Oh, there is. Yeah. See, there's what? Do you guys have trailer parks in Australia?
Yeah, I think we call them caravan parks.
Yep. So that's where all the trash comes from. I get free soccer balls and basketballs and tires and wheels and coolers and gas cans, all sorts of stuff comes down the creek.
Well, that works out well then. So you've got your Christmas present. You just wrap them up and move them on.
I call them pasture treasures.
Oh, okay.
So this creek. Well, you see, there's a fence picket right there, and that's from like 2 miles away. I know exactly where it came from.
Yes.
I've seen this creek, probably the water level to here before, so it really gets a lot of water in it. very, very wet here. All right.
Yeah, look at the diversity though.
Oh.
I think the only thing that we have the same, I think, is just the clover. That's all that I can see.
Oh, and the Scots thistle.
Well, I'm trying not to go for the
Fine. 15 paces is the magic number.
Oh, okay, yep. Yep, you counted out.
So 15 paces with Josh's legs, so it's probably 30 for ours.
There. And should be good. I'll do a gate.
Okay, so you're not going to use one of these. Okay, so you just cut them off whenever you need to.
Yeah, don't make a habit of cutting poly braid reels like that, because if I get home and I find my poly braid cut with knots in it, but this is what Josh did.
It works.
Isn't that a clever invention?
Yeah, it is. Exactly what we do, and that will become our gateway to bring them through the next pasture.
Again, it makes it nice and tight, and either this or that will be the gate. And this is called Cerisi lespedeza. The cows like it in this state. It's real tender, but it gets a woody stem.
Yep.
And the cows will not eat it.
Yep.
I've never tasted it. A little bitter. Well, not bad. So it is a legume, so it should fix nitrogen to the soil.
Yep.
Should help to repair it, but so far this has been cleared about 4 years now.
Oh, okay.
And just like you were saying earlier, I messed up when I cleared all my land. I didn't leave enough shade, so that's why all these little pine trees are dotted across the land.
In comes the rain.
Yeah, onward and upward.
You can tell our Aussies aren't prepared for this. We've got no rain gear. Josh is all wrapped up. We're getting
Here,
wet as.
dry.
Thank you.
Nick's in the back, toweling herself off.
Oh, look, I think my seat's heated though. It's quite nice.
Heated seat.
It's warm back there, isn't
Yeah, it is.
So in Australia, do you have side-by-sides like this? No ATVs. There aren't very many ATVs. You have to have a roll cage on an ATV.
Yeah, no, we do have side by side, but to have quads. Honda used to make quads for Australia,
Yeah.
and because there are that many dense quads in Australia, what the Australian government decided to do is they actually decided to expand the wheel width for quads to widen it, so they lessen the chance of them flipping.
Gotcha.
But Honda turned around to Australia and said, look, you're probably one of our smallest markets.
Yeah.
We are not modifying our Honda quad to suit the Australian market. So now you cannot buy a Honda quad in Australia, because I tried, and what was left, there was like an 18-month waiting list to get one. And a lot of the farmers knew they were coming to an end, and they bought 4 or 5 of them in crates to stack in their sheds, because they knew they weren't coming back. So we got the Chinese quad over there at the moment.
Okay.
I've got one. It's not doing too bad, but it's just the long-term longevity, I suppose. Time will tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got side-by-side kind of stuff. That'll be my next input as a side-by-side. So I can drag the mineral feeders and around. At the moment use the quad, but I think the shade I'm going to build might be a little bit too heavy for the quad to pull. So with a side-by-side, I reckon they're great with a tray on the back. You can put your minerals in there. But at the moment, I have to tow a trailer behind the quad with minerals in it. And also, if you've got fencing gear, you've got to do fence repairs, just straight in the back of the side-by-side.
Yeah.
So.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Woo. Come on. Come on. Come on, kid. Come on. Come on. I know you don't want to come over here. I wouldn't want to come over here. Like ringing the dinner bell to an empty buffet.
Thinking, yep, we've been in here. What are you doing to us?
Come on! Woo! Woo! Come on!
Oh, there's a newborn, only be a couple of days old, that little fella. Nothing like an excited cow jumping around like that, going to fresh pasture. It's good to see the excitement, mate. They were jumping around there like.
I know. It's the first time I've ever done that, where they had to cut through a section they've already grazed. But
well, they've done all right, mate. I tell you what, they just know that voice, and they know when you lead them down, you're leaving them some fresh pasture.
They do. Now they're hitting that fence down there. And they're not used to that. They usually circle around, and there's a huge, great little green spot for them down there. But they'll go down, hit the creek, and be over in that other pasture in just a second. We've got to get the electric fence charger and put it on that wire. So we'll load up and go over. So we energize as little as we possibly can to keep the cows in. And it doesn't take much. They respect that hot wire. I think on your place, do you just do one line of hot wire?
No, well, at the moment I use the one poly braid, because I got the timeless fencing as a perimeter. I use 5 strands. Yeah. Because I'm trying to get away with it. In Australia, they use the sheep fencing, which is similar to this lock fencing to keep sheep in. So I put 5 strands of high tensile wire as my perimeter, and I've set it the lower ones to keep the sheep in. But then I'm going to train them to stay behind the one hot wire. Gotcha. But you've got to have a good perimeter. So instead of going 4 or 5 strands barbed wire, I've gone 5 strands electric. Right. And then it's just down the driveway, I'm just going to put 2 hot wires, one for the cow and one for the sheep. So it'll only be 2 down the driveway. Cool. But like you said, it's all about respecting that poly braid. We've got a cow at the moment, because we're over here, obviously. We've got my cousins looking after the livestock. On the bigger farm, we've got a brand new energizer, and it's hitting 7.8 kilovolts. But I've got one at home that's, I better not say the brand, but it's probably 10-year-old, and it runs out of charge overnight. Yeah. And then you've got one bull. He knows when it's on, he won't go near it, but he also knows when it's off, and he keeps getting out. And my cousin keeps ringing up, oh, the cows are out, the bulls are out. But luckily we've got a good perimeter fence, and he can't go too far, so.
Well, that's good. That's what, we wanted a good perimeter fence, and then I'd break it all up. So this is almost an impenetrable barrier right here. We do have one cow I call Jumper that likes to jump. But other than Jumper, we're pretty good.
Determination. But I can see back there you have done a lot of work in the pasture back there. I see you've been rolling out hay just about all we were driving. You've rolled out that hay to armour that soil to stop the compaction of the rain, and that's what I've found at home. Like my old man used to be a big one for everything in a hail, in a bale feeder, conventional bale feeder, and he'd out of there, because it was a waste if you put it on the ground, because they would have walked on it and stepped on it and trampled on it and urinated it and wouldn't eat it. At least in a bale, he was saying that you weren't wasting your bale. But like I said, my old man passed away last year, and I just wish he was now to see what's going on with the farm, because he reckons it's a waste of time. But over 4 years I've been doing it, by laying the armour out and building that thatch layer, the soil life, and also the amount of different species of plant I've got coming through just from the seeds in that bale. And also because you're holding that moisture in the ground, it's given those seeds that were there years ago chance to germinate before they were that dry, because it was that hard and compact.
Right.
It's like
It's just a huge difference. And we've got a bale feeder up here in the pasture, so you can see. I test things. So I put a bale in a bale feeder, a cradle feeder, and put it out in the pasture in November or December, and then I moved the cows. So they've been messing around that bale feeder, and you'll see just around the bale feeder. I mean, look. The only bare spots that you see are bare spots around water tanks and high traffic areas, but the rest of it, there are no bare spots. And if I leave it to grow and let this seed head grow up and fall over, then come in and mow, knock all that seed off, that's what I think is going to be the best idea for
and like you said, we're that high traffic area, and underneath the bale feeder, it sits there for a prolonged time, kills every bit of grass underneath. As soon as you move it, the first thing that pops up is weeds. Because all Mother Nature's trying to do is cover itself. If you don't cover her with a bale, she'll throw up whatever is suitable for that soil, and 9 times out of 10, it's a weed that you don't want.
Right, exactly. Yep. So this is something new that I'm testing out. It's called Sensor Tech. It's a electric fence sensor, and we just turned the electric fence off, and I should get a text. Yep, just got it. Fence water monitor right here. New to his updated status is currently off. When I turn it back on, it'll text me that it's turned back on. So if we ever have a fault in the fence or the electric fence charger goes down, it texts me and lets me know. Sometimes it blinks on and off a little bit in the wee hours of the morning since this is a small charger. But yeah, that's how it works. Pretty cool. Wow. Neat little setup. It's like $250 for the sensor and $90 a year for the monitoring. But they also have a setup for water tanks too that fits down in a water tank and will let you know that the water tank is low. So
definitely a lot of technology in this farm, I'll tell you.
I try. So you like my setup around the water here?
We do.
So spring gates 16 feet off the center. So these are 16 feet apart and 16 feet off the center of the waterer. So they don't lounge in here. They drink and they move on. They don't mob drink since we're less than 400 feet from the water tank everywhere on the farm. And that's the goal, is to not lounge, not overdo it. This is a tire water tank that I built. Has a little Joby float valve in it. And whenever I move the cows, everything's based around the water system. So all I'll do is unhook a spring gate. And let's say I'm moving them in here. I'll just put the gate right back there and that's it. So easy enough.
Yeah, and it's great. I've noticed you've got the gravel up there.
Yep.
Josh, to stop the impact on the soil and bogging down.
Yep, and every 2 years or so I'll have to come back in here and either push this back or put more gravel in. And this is what we call crusher run, which is like a road-based gravel. But you could use dirt, you could use anything.
Yeah, we've got road base at home. We'd probably use crusher
and
dust or something like that.
This is, there's a fish in here, goldfish in my water tank.
Oh, you're joking. I thought you were joking then.
No.
I did see him there.
Little Goldie right there.
Oh, there he is.
Goldie keeps the water clean, kind of clean. I've never had to feed that fish. It just kind of cruises around, and I'm going to put some snails from the creek in here soon to see if they will help eat up all the rest of the debris. This is set up to drain also, so there's a drain plug over there, and I can slip this piece of pipe out and sweep all the debris into the drain. It will drain out and go out into the pasture. Now, what I also did when I first started this, because I worried about a calf getting over into the water tank, right? Well, this much water, a calf really isn't in danger. But with more, they would be. So I took bowling balls and I set a bowling ball up on the pipe right there. So it used to be the bowling ball would be cocked to the top of the pipe, and if a calf fell over in here, it would knock the bowling ball off, drop the water level, and save the calf from drowning.
Okay.
So, that saved your calf. So that didn't work so good because the cows came in and knocked the bowling ball off every time. So, but it was a cool concept. I thought.
It was.
So, absolutely.
Yeah, I went to a second-hand store and the guy's like, "Take all the bowling balls you want. Just have them. Free bowling balls." So this is my Big Lebowski water tank.
And you've taken up bowling, Josh, and so you got all these spare balls, or
cow bowling?
Oh, cow bowling. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess that's pretty much it for the farm tour here. Kinda, cows are moved, fences ran, everything's good. You guys have seen the water tanks. Yeah.
It is absolutely beautiful here.
Thank you.
Absolutely
I'm glad to have you
beautiful.
guys here. I'm glad you reached out to me. Hopefully you'll get all the rest of the folks that you've reached out to. You guys are traveling all around. I'm gonna grab your camera and,
Yes.
and
Yes.
interview you real
Wonder
quick.
how we're going to finish this off.
You guys are traveling. Where's your?
Oh, we're heading,
Yeah.
been up obviously Virginia, now we're heading down obviously North Carolina, then right across the bottom is at Arkansas, Alabama,
Yeah,
and
Alabama,
right across
yeah.
to Missouri.
Okay.
And then from there, we go head to Nashville and fly out on the 3rd. We head home
Go
back to
west.
Australia. So.
Yeah.
Go west.
Go
Go
west.
west.
Go
Oh
west.
gosh, just skip Missouri and go to Wyoming.
All right.
Okay.
Gosh,
Well,
go
actually, we
somewhere.
were going to ask you where should we
Go west.
see?
Go see the. There's a red-tailed hawk. Sorry, I get distracted.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
But go west. Gosh, go see Arches. You'll regret not doing this. Go to Moab, Utah. See Arches National Park, the Grand Canyon, Canyonlands Park. If you're visiting farms, this is awesome.
Yeah.
This is
yeah.
great. But there's so much more of America that you need to see. And from Missouri out that way, you're looking at another day's travel.
Okay.
Gosh,
Yep.
it's so
Okay,
fun.
okay, we'll take
Yellowstone.
you up
I
on
mean,
that.
Yellowstone.
I would
Oh,
do.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
would, if it were me and I were you, you may not ever come by.
Yeah.
I would do Yellowstone. I would do the Red Rock Country, Arches National Park, stuff like that out in
Okay.
Utah. Yellowstone puts you into Montana and Wyoming and Idaho. It's so beautiful. It's so different out there. Just
Okay.
wide open spaces you can see for 200 miles.
Oh, sounds beautiful.
So yeah, that's
We'll
where I'd
take
go.
you up on that.
Yeah.
We'll have to write those things down.
Yeah.
Well, on behalf of Nicole, we'd like to thank you, Josh, for having us,
Yeah,
mate.
thank you
Yeah.
so
Thanks
much.
for sharing it for
Yeah.
a video. And for all
Awesome
you
job, thank
subscribers
you.
or those you haven't subscribed, if you like the content, jump on the channel. Also jump on Josh's channel, Stony Ridge, and check out his channel. He's got some great content there. If you want some new concept, like I said, a lot of the stuff we hear we've never heard of until we come in
Yeah.
today. So
Yeah.
on behalf of Nick and myself and Josh, we'll catch you later.
That's it. See ya. Woo!
You had to put it in.
Oh,